Cardi B, she's got the new album Am I the Drama, released September 19th. That was Friday, and features a raw, personal, and confrontational tone as she addresses her highly publicized relationship with Offset, settles scores with rivals like Bia and JT, and explores her personal trials since her debut album that was titled Invasion of Privacy. Now she's with Stefan Diggs, huh? Now she's with Stefan Diggs, wide receiver, New England Patriots. You see them right there, top stories. Okay, so we'll get right into this. You see they're always gonna have the demonic tone to these albums, and I've been seeing it a lot lately with the females as well. But you're gonna get the red and the black. You're gonna get the birds that to me kind of like symbolize death, right? And it's the same old thing, just recycled over and over and over and over again, right? And you get a lot of young people. This has a major influence over young people, right? So that's really the goal of the industry and the world that we live in, right? It's control, get control of the little ones. Parents working 40 hours a week, if they're lucky to have both parents in their life, right? But both parents are going to be busy. If not, one of the parents usually would be the father, right? The father might be in jail, and then you're going to have the single mom, right, doing her own thing. But that appears to be the goal, right? So you get all this demonic energy here, the red, the black, you get the birds. And, that's pretty much it with that album cover there. Whatever she's doing with her heel here. But of course, and there's a tour coming for this new album, and the tour is called Little Miss Drama Tour. So all of this upcoming. This is a song called Dead. There's even a song called Dead. I mean,
Grammy Award-winning recording artist Cardi B, known for her chart-topping hits, now stands accused of a
bringing it up. Bitches be out here telling lies about me and
so I don't like these new albums, how it seems like every song is like featuring this artist, featuring that artist, featuring another artist. It's like I'm not really into that, Call me outdated, but it's just too much of that going on. There's Summer Walker right here, featuring Summer Walker.
bitches be eating it up. But when I drag it to hell, party.
All right, so a nice beat, and that's she even mentions it right there, and I slowed it down. What'd she say? Cardi taking you to hell. I mean, come on, right? You see, it's like witchcraft, magic, mind control.
Drag it to hell, party. Drag it to hell, party.
See how that goes? That's exactly what they do. So there's 23 tracks on this new project, and it's a 23-day span from the release to her upcoming birthday. You got that 23-day span, 23 track project. with the title that nods to the scrutiny that has trailed her career, Cardi B channels. Look, channels. You see that? Right? Spelling, casting spells, channeling energy, channels the swirl of headlines into music that doubles down on her strengths. Blunt confidence, playful wit, and sharp edged bravado. You see the collaborations, Janet Jackson, even Lizzo. Remember Lizzo taught all the young ladies that it was cool to be overweight. Remember that? And then, I think now it's not cool to be overweight, right? So it's like they go back and forth, but you already tricked the little ones into thinking it's cool to be overweight. That's what these female rappers to do. All of this boss B energy. You see Megan the Stallion right there. Megan the Stallion, right? Um Cash Cobain, Selena Gomez, Kalani. I just showed you that track with Summer Walker. Not really sure who that is. And Tyla. Can look at how undeniable this is right here. You cannot deny it because I did that story. We did the breakdown. Cardi B recently won a civil trial on 9/3, right? September 3, where she was accused of assault by a security guard. Am I the drama equals 93 in the language. So what are the chances of that? What are the chances of that? You know what, too? That was an incident, and I think it was about her first pregnancy where the security guard was invading her privacy, right? And that was that first album by Cardi, but she was kind of following her with their phone, right? And I think it was, if I remember correctly, it was around her first pregnancy that they mentioned in the article. And now she's pregnant again. Is it Stefan Diggs' child, or is it Offset? And I'm sure, you see the title of this album, Am I the Drama? So we can they tell you what's about to happen with the character, right? You see how we catch these patterns, okay? But she was found not liable there. Look at that 93. And you know what's awesome? Is that same day right there. I think that's Charlie Sheen's birthday. And Cardi C, Charlie Sheen C. Look at that. You see? There it is right there. Oh, there's that 9-3. Charlie Sheen, Cardi B. You see that? And I just kind of caught that right now. Okay, so let me open this back up here. And we want to just go, nice and simple here. Nice and simple here with the connections. Okay, so am I the drama? I'm going to say yes. So you're kind of putting that and instilling that in all the young ladies. I don't really care about the old ladies, right? The damage is already done. But you're instilling this mindset into the young women. Rap music it's got to be the most influential music. It just crosses over to so many people. So you're instilling this I am the drama. So now all the young ladies, they're further going to be like imitating that. And us as men, we don't need to deal with that. Okay, we got our own problems too with the young men. and rap music, okay? We got our own problems. So it's just super counterproductive. You know, the beat's nice, whatever, right? You can vibe with it. It's magic, okay? But we got to watch how we're remember this stuff is programming, okay? We got to watch how, you know, even if you don't people don't want to admit it, but you listen to the stuff repetitively, it sinks in, right? You may start thinking differently, you know, of how you view maybe the opposite sex and stuff. So, I don't know, that's my lesson for the day, I guess. But Cardi B, I mentioned, currently pregnant with her fourth child, her first with Patriots wide receiver Stephon Diggs. I mean, that's allegedly because she is the drama, right? Or she puts that question out there. She has been open about her personal life, most recently revealing her pregnancy and other procedures on Instagram Live. She previously underwent butt injection removal. That's exactly what I was talking about. It's cool to get butt injections. Oh, now it's not cool. You know how many regular girls have done that and they can't afford it? And now they're like, what do I do? Cardi B, she got the injection removal. So what do I do? They want people broke. They want people programmed. If they are paid what they say, or highly paid rich celebrities, well, look at the influence that they have. They're like destroying the youth. Okay? So, injection removal, procedures related to fibrosis from those injections. So that's a whole nother issue, right? Because these surgeries and whatnot, all of these things, this stuff is not healthy for you. So, fourth child, pregnant with her fourth child, it's exactly 4 weeks. Her tour, February 11th, is exactly 4 months after her birthday. Okay? Fourth child, tour starts 4 months after her birthday, upcoming. The Little Miss Drama Tour. And look what I caught in the article here. Fourth pregnancy, her first child with New England Patriots wide receiver Stephon Diggs, and barely 2 weeks after she emerged victorious from a Los Angeles courtroom. You see the 4 and the 2? And the tour starts on the 42nd day of the year, 4 and 2. You see the 204 and the 240? So look, you get that 4 and the 2 again. Look at how they, this is, look at this match right here. The full name for Cardi B, Bacallus Marlanus Almanazar. I butcher. I know how to spell it. Look at the 240, 24. Am I the Drama? 204, 24. So you get those same numbers in there. But look at the other matches. The full name 96, Am I the Drama 69. Look, 48, 408 like 48. It's a computer just pumping out. This is the new album, bam. Cardi B, how do you feel about your new album, Am I the Drama? Where did you get the title, you know, for this album? Explain. Dude, she didn't make up the name. It was just like given to her by a code. Do you understand? That's exactly what it is. These are actors playing roles. They are not going to let anybody with their own opinion speak in front of a camera. I'm telling you, man. And if that ever happened, they would quickly cut it off. You would never see it again. right? Because you don't know what they're going to say. Imagine if I found my way as some kind of major talk show host. It's not how it works, man. You can't have regular people speaking their minds. These are influencers. So she did not come up with this title. I don't, whatever the story, the backstory, it's not true. Look at the number one song is even on that album. It looks like the track list there. Dead. Come on. And I think we played a little bit of that earlier. Dead? Really? Okay. So, those connections you can't deny right there with the language. Her freaking full name and the album. It's a 2 month, 11-day span from the album release to Stefan Diggs' birthday. 2 months, 11 days. And the tour kicks off on 2/11, February 11. Come on, right? Okay, look at this. What do you think about that? I had no intentions one more time, but there's Donald Trump energy here as well, man. Because Donald Trump equals 48. There's a lot of drama surrounding his character. And you see, Am I the Drama 48? 2 month, 11-day span here from the album release to Stefan Diggs' birthday. 2/11 and then the 2/11 tour start date. 2/11 is the 47th prime number. Trump equals 47, right? So look at the numbers here. Look at Stefan Diggs has the November 29 birthday upcoming, the 333rd day of the year, leaving 32 days in the year. And the tour starts on the day leaving 323 days in the year. Remember, it's a 23-day span from this new album release to Cardi B's birthday. And that's the same as 3 weeks, 2 days. You see that? So the 3-week, 2-day span from the album release to Cardi B's birthday, 32. Stefan Diggs' birthday leaves 32 days. And you see the 333, 323, 23. Even the tour begins next year on a 23 date numerology. And Donald equals 23. The thumbnail hits extremely heavy here. Okay, I put a lot of pride into my thumbnails. Okay, not saying they're the hardest thing to do, but I don't. I like putting together the slides. Okay, I'll say that. Right, and this looks like a video that I'm gonna play right here. So, I can't. I gotta play it over here. So let's go over here. And I think this is on. I think this is Cardi B speaking on the pregnancy. Let me refresh this because I would like for this to actually play. It's just a Nicki Minaj recycled, and Nicki Minaj, her birthday is very close to Offset, the ex. And don't forget Offset even kind of looks like Stefan Diggs. Look, Nicki Minaj has, and it's just a recycled version of Nicki Minaj, man, okay? So look at Nicki Minaj with the December 8th birthday right there. December 8th, Offset's birthday is 6 days later. And you see Offset right here, and you see Stefan Diggs, who are probably like low-key related. They just won't, they're not going to tell us that. Stephon Diggs looks like he's got that 8 on his jersey. At least this like maybe a practice uniform right over here. Looks like an 8. Remember Trump equals 88. See that right there? And he also wore 14 right there. You see with Minnesota, and Trump's born on the 14th day of the year, or excuse me, the 14th day of June. So, you could go into these characters and you can find more stuff. Cardi B is even age 32. Remember we hit these 32, 23, this pattern right here. She's age 32 right now. Even Stephon Diggs' birthday leaving 32 days and a 3-week, 2-day span from this new album release to her birthday with all these 23s, 323s, 333s. See that right there? So, it's kind of nice on the fly, okay? So I mean, yeah, the new album, right? And she beat that. See, you get the negative story and then she overcomes uh that alleged assault charge. She overcomes it and then it's like, "Oh, boom, album release." You know what I mean? Like Charlie Sheen was all over my algorithm as Charlie Kirk was trending. Okay, and then it's like, "Oh, look at Charlie Kirk's birthday a few days ago." Shout out to Richard West. That's where I first heard that. As, the Charlie stuff continues. A shout out to him for catching that to begin with. Okay. But yeah, you get this new energy here with this album, this new demonic energy, all in the air, all aimed at the minds of young people. Cardi B releases highly anticipated Am I the Drama album with the tour that follows. Here's some more. Here's some images. And this is an Associated Press. Oh, and it's even that 23 track project right there. It's even that 23 track project, which I forgot I had earlier. So you even get that other 23 right there. Wow. So she's going to have those past hits titled Up and WAP. Those are going to be on this album. If it's up, then it's stuck. If it's up and WAP, you remember that? That wet ass. Remember that? So, I was trying to see if there's anything else in the article here. And, the rap star has 3 children with her previous marriage with Offset. I don't think that she's married to Diggs. I wasn't even sure. Oh yeah, I think I heard she was married to Offset before. I wouldn't even know, but I know they were a couple. So she's got the daughters Blossom, Culture, and Wave is a son with Offset. Diggs has a daughter from a previous relationship who's named Nova. Okay, so new album, new tour. Shout out to y'all. Cardi. Until next time.